Hello, everyone. Last Jedi came out. Anybody that doesn't like it, you're adopted. Other than that, check that film out. Other than that, too, welcome to the Chilbo and Blanco show. Nothing but facts. You got Chilbo, Blanco, Mr. Cheesy himself. So today we're gonna be talking about the best shooting guards in the NBA. We got Harden, we got Thompson, we got Booker, we got CJ, we got all them boys. After that, we're gonna be talking about just a little fun chat about the playoffs, NFC, AFC, Super Bowl picks, and all that. So other than that, let's start off with Chilbo.
So we're gonna start off with number 5. The number 5 shooting guard in the NBA is probably one of the best defenders in the NBA, and that's Jimmy Butler. We watched him grow from his rookie year. He couldn't hit a jump shot worse than Wade, jump shot worse than most shooting guards who've ever come into the league, jump shot worse than Lonzo Balls is right now, just for a comparative. But now he's giving you 19.5 points on 45% from the field, 35% from the three, and that's not even his best year, which was 23.5 points, 6 boards, 6 assists when he was with Dwayne Wade in Chicago, and that was just a year ago. Moving on to our number 4 shooting guard, he's the youngest person on this list, Devin Booker, 70 points, Kentucky product.
Oh my God, I forgot.
John Calipari said he never put him in a ball screen once at Kentucky. Yet that's all we see this man running in the sun. So imagine what he could have been at Kentucky. So this kid who's only 21, same age as all of us sitting right here, is doing 24 points a game, 45% from the field, 38% from the three. And he's doing that with 88% from the free throw line as a 21-year-old. Moving on to our third player, who's finally got his own team, and he's showing out for once. Victor Oladipo, going back to Indiana where he went to college at, but now he's playing for the Pacers.
Wait, time out. Who'd you just say?
Oladipo?
Number what?
Number 3.
Oh, okay, continue.
Victor Oladipo is number 3. And going back to Indiana, it's just been the best thing for him. When he was in Orlando as a rookie, they didn't know if they wanted him coming off the bench or starting. He never seemed to gel with Vucevic. When he got to OKC with Westbrook, he never was able to get a rhythm because Westbrook was taking all the shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge problem for anybody. We saw that's why KD left. Moving on to our number 2 shooting guard, the man who gets the least amount of dribbles on this list, Klay Thompson. He's the third option, and he's still doing 21 points on almost 50%, 49% from the field, 46% from the three, 88% from the free throw line, giving you 3 threes a game. And he's arguably the second best defender on the team, only behind Draymond. He's been the second option, and it's now gone to the third option, and his points have only decreased by 2, maybe 3 since Durant has come, and his shots have decreased by 4 or 5 shots. So the decrease in only 3 points, but you're giving up 4 to 5 more shots a game, that's saying something. Now we're moving on to our number 1 shooting guard. There's no question about it. 31, 9 assists, 5 boards. No defense needed.
He doesn't need it.
He don't need it at all.
Bucket.
He's a walking bucket. James Harden, he put you in the pot. He get to stirring you up, and it's over.
Like, just imagine OKC.
It's over.
Let him grow.
OKC is probably the single-handedly worst run franchise with the luck they've had. Letting Durant go, letting Harden go, the trades they've made, it ain't going to work out for them. That team that they have now with Westbrook, Melo, and PG, that's not going to work only because Westbrook wants all the shots at the end of the game. We all know that. As much as he wants to be a pass-happy point guard, we know he wants the shot. When we're all pretty sure PG and Melo are way more clutch shooters, but that's a discussion for another day. Chloe, what's your list?
All right, so 1 through 5. 3, 4, and 5, it's just out of preference because I feel like they're all pretty much even. Number 5, going with Mr. Florida Gator, SEC, best backcourt in the NBA, Bradley Beal, shooting 45 from the line, Not from the line, my fault. From the field, 35 from 3, averaging 23, 4, and 3 this season. It's not even me being an SEC fan, being a Gator fan. Bradley Beal, he is one of the best shooting guards in the league. Just his shot has gotten better each and every single year. He is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. And if you watch basketball, you know how good he is. Number 4, best defender in the NBA, I think, other than after Andre Iguodala left his prime, is Jimmy Butler. Only gone up in defense, as Trill Bill stated, no type of shot coming into the league, but he was a great defender. He is still one of the best perimeter defenders. He is a two-way player right next to Kawhi Leonard. You guys could go back and forth who's a better two-way player, but Jimmy Butler averaging 25 and 4 this year. Nothing else to say. Number 3, who will most likely be the best shooting guard, I want to say, in a good 2-3 years, Devin Booker. The man is unstoppable. He's in his 3rd year. He averages 18 for his career already. He's putting up 24 this year. He is the Phoenix Suns. That 1-2 combo with him and Josh Jackson, is the future is bright for Phoenix. Number 2, as Trill Bill stated, Klay Thompson. 49% from the field, 46% from 3. The man takes 2 dribbles a game. He shoots from anywhere. He got that pop release. It doesn't matter who's covering him. He's shooting it over you, and chances are it's going in. Shooting 20 a game. They got Kevin Durant. He's still averaging 20. Before they got Kevin Durant, he's averaging 20. There's that quote that he said, getting KD, what is it going to do to your game? It's not going to do shit to his game, because he's not gonna change for anybody. He still plays how he is without KD or with KD, and now he's the second option again with Curry out with his glass ankles, but it is what it is. Get better, Curry. Number 1, James Harden. What happened to OKC? OKC, Sam Presti, all you guys have Ebola. You have the swine flu for letting James Harden, for trading him and not trading Ibaka. Where's Ibaka now? Where is Ibaka? Is he in Toronto? Is he in Toronto? What happened to James Harden? You put him as a 6-man. He was averaging 12 points, 13 points, 15 points as soon as he got to Houston. What was he averaging? A good 25? Last year he should have. If Russell Westbrook did not average a triple-double last year, James Harden would have been the MVP, and he's most likely going to be the MVP this year. So that's back-to-back. But other than that, the MVP already is his best record in the NBA on a 12-game win streak. Him and Chris Paul. They just might need one more piece.
James.
They might need one more piece to contain, because they gotta take care of number 35 in Golden State. But other than that, James Harden, he turns over the ball a lot, but it doesn't really matter. He's a shooting guard. He gets buckets no matter what. He's putting up 25 at least every single night. Even on his off night, he's putting up 25 because he gets to the free throw line at least 12 times a game. Cheese?
All right. Top 5. We're starting with the Gators. Bradley Beal. He came out of college with no handles. Just all he had was a jumper. He was a little skinny kid that could shoot the ball. His handles have gotten up. His playmaking has gotten up. His vision, he's become a great player. All his numbers have gone up in the last couple years as Blanco's already stated. Go Gators. Bradley Beal, number 5. Number 4, a guy that kind of underperforms at times, but he still gets buckets when needed. Still gets to the playoffs every year. DeMar DeRozan, 23.9, 5, and 4. He doesn't have a 3-point shot.
Hey, what's he shoot from the 3?
20-something%.
25%.
No, it's like 28%. But
damn,
still,
quarter.
But still, 48% from the field though. He's not a 3-point shooter. He's athletic. He's an athlete. He likes to defend. He gets to the basket. So I can't keep him off the list. But it was kind of hard to put him on. So number 3, they're probably not going to like that I have this guy number 3, but he does not play a lick of defense. A single lick. James Harden, 31, 9, and 5. Those are big boy numbers. He is the second best scorer in the league behind Kevin Durant. Oh, wow.
I have no words.
He is the second best scorer in the league behind Kevin Durant. 4.3 turnovers this year. 5.7 turnovers last year. Granted, he was playing a point guard last year, and now he's back at his natural shooting guard position. But that's too many possessions that you're giving away to not be playing defense and go back and go get the steal or go get a
NBA, you said?
Kevin Durant probably. Yeah.
All right, continue.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
Okay, continue with your list.
Yeah. Wow. They're upset. Number 2, the best defender in the league, probably. Who did you say was the other best defender?
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. That's my guy too. That's another discussion for
He gonna suck
next
his
video.
toes.
Number 2 with Jimmy Butler.
Toe sucking.
Can guard anybody on the floor. Anybody on the floor besides the center, obviously. Still averages 20 points. Has been playing the most minutes since he's become a star. Tom Thibodeau requires a lot out of his star players, so he's easily averaging 38 minutes every year, every single year. 45% from the field last year. Career 48% from the field. He's efficient. His three-point shot has only gotten better. He's shooting with more confidence, and he's just playing like a superstar. Number 1, the most efficient player on the Warriors, possibly the best shooter in the league. Between him and his splash brother, Klay Thompson, number 1. He averages 5 dribbles a game. 5 dribbles. Still averages 20 points. He averages 20 points still? You can't doubt the man. 40 points from 3 every single year he's been in the league. 40% from 3. Every single year he's been in the league. That's way above the league average of like 35%.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you saying Clay's the best shooting guard, but he's the third option on his team. What happened?
He was the second option before.
All right, I
though.
understand that, but
And it wasn't
You're
even like he was the number 2. It was like 1A, 1B really.
James Harden is literally a top 3 player in the NBA, and you're saying Clay is the best shooting guard. Yet he doesn't. You gotta wait until he goes on his own team, because I know Clay's leaving. Clay's leaving before in like
You may
at
not know
least
that.
3
They
years.
might stay together, to be honest.
They're not all good, bro. One of those guys is gonna want a max contract. Clay hasn't gotten his max contract. Curry did.
True, understandable.
I think Draymond got a nice contract. Durant's gonna be doing the 1-on-1.
Clay is probably the best shooter in our
If
league.
Clay goes to his own team, he's gonna be a problem. But right now, I don't see that. You're off it. You're off it. You're doing some crazy talk.
50% from the field this year. 50%. He's a third option, but I've never seen a more efficient third option, a more high-scoring third option. I would take him as a first option over James Harden on my team because he still plays a little defense, too. Yes, I said it. I don't care.
I would love to see what he's capable of doing as a first option,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just never had the need to.
He's never had the need to, but he still dropped 70 points before. He still dropped 60 points before. He can do it on any single night. I believe he can. And I'm pretty sure he believes he can, too.
Imagine Clay going to like Orlando with Aaron Gordon.
I could see him going to his own team, trying to get his own
Clay
shine.
won't suffer from the
but-
same problem that Kyrie did, and he won't want to leave for the same reason that Kyrie left.
Yeah, no, Clay don't got no problem, but it's just, I feel like it's not the problem of him being the third option. I'm pretty sure he has no problem with that. I think it's gonna be the money. Like, he's gonna want a max contract,
Understandable.
or at least close to a max contract. And you got Durant under contract, Curry under
Curry
contract,
just signed
Draymond
that
under
fat contract, yeah.
You still got to keep the nuclear. You got to keep all the role players and stuff. I mean, you could get veteran players because veterans are always going to be out there, but still.
I mean, Clay would be the odd man out when you think about it, but
That's what I'm thinking, because they're going to keep Draymond because of his defense.
But I think Clay is one of the most important pieces, honestly. He scores
you
too
can
efficiently.
you can find a shooter.
You could
anywhere.
find a lot of shooters out there.
You can find a shooter anywhere.
Clay is literally a shooter.
They doubted
Clay's
Clay,
not a
it's okay.
superstar. He's
It's okay.
and at the same
He's
time
a two-way player.
At the same time, he
Two-way player.
makes all stars because that's how the voting is now. It's all about who has the most highest votes. Because I'm not taking him over CJ. I think CJ is because CJ is an actual scorer. Klay Thompson, he doesn't take dribbles. He's a catch and shoot. Bro, you look at me with that face, bro. You're a Cowboys fan. You can't look at me with any type of face.
Now, if Klay Thompson gets you to the basket, he's probably one of the best shooting guards at that, though.
Yeah,
See,
of
like,
course.
he doesn't have any handles or anything. He can get to
It's
the rim,
just-
too.
He won't take you off the dribble. He
Why would
won't
I
take
get-
you around the screen. Or
Why would I
anything
go to
like
the rim
that.
when I'm the best shooter in the
Clay
league?
is gonna catch in the corner and shoot,
That's
or
what I'm
Clay
saying.
is gonna call for it on the block and post you up.
he shoots.
And Clay only has so many things he can do,
Mhm.
but he puts up numbers doing
So I'm
these
saying
things.
he-
He's one of the best
efficient
shooters
numbers.
we've
You
ever
can't say he
seen.
got handles when he take 5 dribbles because I seen Klay Thompson dribble.
50%
It's
from
not-
the
it's not pretty.
field this
It's
year.
not a pretty sight.
50% from the field this year.
I think you dribble.
He's a
first.
That's
shooter.
LeBron James numbers.
There's no LeBron James. There's LeBron
Okay.
James and LeBron James.
Okay, so moving on to the NFL playoffs scenarios, predictions, Super Bowl picks, and all. So starting off with my team, the Ravens, 8-6, right now sitting in 7th place, tied for the 6th seed, and basically, we just need to win out. We got the Colts, who have no quarterback. Come on. We got the Bengals, who are ready to part ways with their coach, who hasn't won a playoff game in God knows how long. So our schedule, we can need to handle our business, and the rest of the teams, the Titans have to play the Rams and the Jags, while the Bills have to play Tom Brady and the Dolphins. And the Dolphins are always good to give me one good game. So I got faith in the Dolphins.
The Dolphins are always bad, but they love to ruin seasons.
love to
Exactly.
They
Their
love to
season
ruin
is-
someone's season. They're going to beat the Bills by like 30 and just ruin
I
their
was
season.
there the year that they were 0-15 and they beat us.
They beat the
I was at the
I
stadium.
remember that. I was walking through
I
the
was
mall
sick.
as sports fanatic in
I
the
was
Pembroke
sick
Lakes
that
Mall.
game.
Yo, everyone's screaming, Dolphins won! Oh my God! Trash ass team.
Trash, terrible Dolphins. The Cowboys 8-6. We just got to win out. Got to hope for a loss between these NFC South teams. Shout out the Packers for getting out the race. We play Seattle next week, and then we close with the Eagles. So that's gonna be an interesting 2 games.
Alright, listen here. Don't ever talk about the Packers like that, because Aaron Rodgers is better than everybody on your team. Number one. Number two, AFC. There's 3 teams. It's New England, Pittsburgh, and Jacksonville. Baltimore, trash.
The only
To be honest, I feel like it's just Tom Brady and the Patriots because you gotta play through Foxborough and
Yeah,
you
not
know,
playing through.
they ain't
Foxborough.
gonna
That's
start
gonna
deflating the balls. You know, they gonna
It's gonna be
got the
cold.
camera. They're gonna do something out there. New
Yeah.
England's gonna go to the Super Bowl just because you gotta go through Foxborough. And then on the NFC side, but you got about 6 teams. Even the Eagles without Wentz, they're still good. Because you forgetting Nick Foles threw for 28 and 2 interceptions. What was it? 3-4 years ago?
under Chip Kelly too.
Yeah.
I don't. You got the Eagles. You got the Rams. You got the Saints. You got the who else? You got the
The
Falcons. You got who's that other team I'm missing?
Panthers.
And the Vikings. I don't know who's coming out of the NFC, but I just know they're most likely going against the Patriots. I would like to see
I'd like to see the
I would like to see a
Jaguars.
new team, but at the end of the day, I would like to see the Rams, but I want to see Breeze versus Brady. Cause that'll be a Super Bowl to watch. You already saw Breeze versus Manning. Let's see Breeze versus Brady. That'll be a good Super Bowl. You know I'm gonna go with Drew Brees because I hate Tom Brady.
I think the Jaguars.
He's not a
gonna make
bad
noise,
guy.
though.
He's
He's
not a
not
bad
that
guy.
terrible.
Brother, the man's gonna play till he's 65.
I know. That's why
Just
someone's
go
got to
home,
take
go
him
home to
out.
your beautiful wife and just go
Exactly.
home.
Just go home. You're
He
done.
acts
Go
like
home.
she
You already
isn't
go-
rich.
You got
He
5
isn't
rings.
rich.
You're already
5
the best
rings.
ever.
No,
Just
he
like
tryna be-
just
he's tryna be
go.
Michael
He's greedy. He's
trying to be
being
Michael
greedy
Jordan.
at this point.
Just go home. Let other people win rings. Let the AFC be fun.
Exactly.
Damn near.
Let the Dolphins have fun
If I'm
for
the
a
Bills,
change.
Jets, or Dolphins, and I'm coming in to off season, I'm like, is Tom Brady still the
It's
Patriots?
Tom Brady. Yeah.
All right,
All right,
get
well,
me traded out of
let's
here.
try
right
to
now.
get a wild
What's the
card.
point? What's the point? You're not winning the
Let's
division.
try to get the wild.
Only time they won the division is because Matt Castle had to play because Tom Brady broke his ankle. Other
And
than
even
that,
still, they won 11-5.
Oh,
bro,
that's it. They still have a
they
great
almost
record.
made the playoffs. They almost made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Bowl matchups. Anybody?
Most likely, I mean, even though I like the Ravens, they're my team, most likely it's going to be Big Ben or the Patriots coming out of the AFC. The Jaguars, I just think, I mean, they have a playoff defense. That defense is great. They're amazing, don't get me wrong. But
Bortles, dude.
Bortles will fold like
Bortles, dude.
Bortles will fold like this piece
Yo,
of
he's
paper.
never
just
even
did.
been in the playoffs.
That's
He's never
what
been
he
in
will
the
do.
playoffs.
Like, he's terrible.
But they never even been to the playoffs. He's been playing great.
He's been playing
This is the
great,
same guy that got benched for Chad Henne.
All right, and this is the same guy that dropped me 25 points, and I won my fantasy league against
That's
this
great.
man. I beat him by 50
That's
points.
great.
Let's go, let's go.
But Bortles will not. He won't deliver, and trying to lean on the run game of Fournette won't be healthy for Fournette. Seeing as how he's a rookie. He's
Yeah,
been
you're
banged up this year. You're gonna have to lean on him with 20, probably 30 carries in a playoff game, and then hope
Allen
and
Robinson
pray.
is hurt, isn't he?
Allen Robinson is hurt.
Imagine he
Allen
was-
Hurns is hurt.
Imagine they weren't hurt both.
Marquise
Yeah,
Lee
no.
just went down this past week.
No, he went down too.
I don't know who they have playing receiver for their team besides D.D. Westbrook. So, And they have Mercedes Lewis at tight end. I didn't even know he was still alive. So, and coming out of the NFC, it's gonna be Breeze or the Rams because the Rams offense
I watched
is
that
the
game against
scariest
Seattle.
thing.
Their
their
defense,
is very-
It's
and
the
then
scariest thing I've
their
seen in a
offense.
while.
Jared Goff is playing amazing. You know that's why you have to get rid of Jeff Fisher because he's trash. That offense is amazing. That defense, Ogletree, Donald. Who else? You got
Tremaine
Quinn.
Johnson, LaMarcus Joyner.
That defense is nasty. I just like them over the Vikings because Case Keenum's not gonna do anything. Case Keenum not gonna.
Now, if Teddy gets in the game,
You never know. The Vikings defense is
That's
That's
the
the thing.
story.
You're gonna put him straight into the playoffs when he hasn't. What he played like a half last
he
week.
played a few snaps. Even
That's what I'm saying. He's kind of rusty. I would just keep
You would
Keenum
gotta
in there
give-
and just hope the defense pulls through because that defense is
The
winning.
defense is.
That
That
defense
defense
is big
is
They
time.
ain't averaging more than 14
That defense
a
is
game.
big time.
They have one of the best corners in the league that nobody talks about, and Xavier Rhodes.
Xavier Rhodes, yeah.
See, it's New England or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I don't know. Antonio Brown's hurt, but if he is healthy, at the end of the day, Pittsburgh should have won that game. That was a catch, and if it wasn't a catch, I don't know what.
If that was
I don't
if that
know
was
what
a
big-
catch, then Dez's catch was a catch.
All right, but that was 3 years ago.
So the definition of a catch changes.
No, but I'm just saying, like, why? That's 3 years ago. I'm talking about last week. Like, you look like Skip. Is that your grandpa? I think that's your abuelo.
It was a catch.
Okay, that was a catch, but you know what?
The play calling after the non-catch, catch, whatever. Why did you throw a slant?
Yeah, it's not even that. Who cares about the catch? Okay, the catch was
Like-
overturned. You try to be Aaron Rodgers and use a fake spike and throw a slant in between 4 people.
They've done it before and it's worked. They've
But-
thrown the fake slant actually last year against the Cowboys,
It's
and
not
Antonio Brown ran a
But
fake.
it's the fact
it
that
worked.
he tried to pump
Who
fake
throws
4
a
times and
slant?
he was trying to throw it in the middle.
Exact.
Like,
The-
look at Tomlin's face at the end. He's like, oh!
There's so many
He
problems
knows
with
he
that
messed
play.
up.
Yeah, no.
Eli Rogers is the only person who ran his route.
But everyone stood still.
Everyone else's defenders in the end
But
zone
LeVon-
just
Just standing there.
LeVon-
So the ball goes up and they're just
LeVon
catch
Bell
it.
stood like this. All the other receivers on this side stood like this. There was only one man running. What type of
Ben only looked one way.
spike
Like,
it and go to overtime? Like, you
throw
that
the
scared of the
ball away.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Just go to overtime. But other than that, I like New Orleans just because Breeze is a veteran. I like New Orleans going against New England, and you know, I think Tom Brady will win again. But at the same time, I'm going with Breeze to get that second ring. Solidify
I don't
himself.
know
second
because New Orleans offense with those running backs,
Oh my
they
God, I
look
forgot
like a
about that.
version
You
of
got,
New England.
You got Mark Ingram and Lil Uzi
Can't-
Vert Kamara. Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
you can't stop
He's a
them. But other than
baller.
that, I think
He's a
if Drew
baller.
Brees gets this second ring, he solidifies himself as at least
Top 5 ever.
He's in that upper echelon
tier 1 of
quarterbacks,
Montana,
like
Brady, all of them.
Mannings,
He's
all them
young.
big boys.
He's top 10 best of all time, no doubt. He's already a Hall of Famer. He throws for 4,000
Easily.
plus each year.
on his bad years.
I think last year he threw for like, bro, I don't
It
know
was
what
eight,
year it
had
was that he
five
threw for
reps.
5,000. I think he's done it already a couple times. Drew Brees he's big time. Dolphins should have got him, but you know, Dolphins like the fold.
Yeah, that's what the Dolphins do.
This is what it is. It's tragic. Thank you for this episode. Next week we're talking about small forwards 1 through 5. LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Other than that, LeBron James.
And a LeBron James stopper.
There's only one in the league.
Exactly.
There really is only one in the league. But other than that, comment, share the video with your friends and family, subscribe, let us know what you guys think. Other than that, thank you, and we'll see you again next week. Scoop!